Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for June 6th to the 12th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Sagittarius, we are cultivating that new moon from last weekend, and this has been in your 6th house. So there's this integration of your work, or maybe your daily life, maybe your routine, your health, your regimens. This is all 6th house stuff, and this is where there's been a lot of focus with the sun here. And this week, perhaps thinking more about it with Mercury shifting into your 6th house as well. Really getting into the practical side of your work, developing your crafts, your skills, or if it's on another level, whatever you do on a daily level, if it's more about your regimens, your routines, really getting into the practical side of that as well. So this is where the new beginnings are, and I think there's new values that are unfolding in regards to these everyday things, and I think that's a great way of working with the week. You know, to really challenge yourself here. How can you cultivate these everyday values? And that's been that new moon conjoining up to Venus, but on Monday, the sun does conjoin up to Venus exact. So there's definitely this new beginning, this continuous new beginning with it, and also in regards to your aspirations in life. You know, Venus also rules your 11th house. So there's new beginnings with your hopes, your wishes, aspirations, future-oriented things. And there could be a lot of passion with this on Monday. So on Monday with Venus combust, Venus is going to be behind the sun, exact. There's a lot of this focus, a lot of this energy, a lot of this prana really coming through. And so we want to make sure that everything is obviously balanced and we're not running away with that energy. So bringing extra attention to the self, bringing extra attention to the routine, to the work, to the everyday stuff, I think will help keep everything nice and balanced. And in that way, there's that insight, because the sun is this higher insight really coming through. You know, it's a very spiritual planet, helping us see the deeper meaning and really the joy and the fun and the playful side, which is this higher perspective about what you value in your work or what you value in those everyday experiences. All right, so that's going to be Monday, and then as we go into Tuesday, Mercury is going to start to go into there. So that's when you'll start to, it's Monday, Tuesday time, you'll start to feel this shift of thinking more about and really practicing and implementing those routines and regimens. And then on Tuesday, the Sun, Venus does square up to the North Node, as well as Pluto starts to trine up to that North Node. So there's a lot of North Node energy this week, and this is all about learning. It's all about trying new things, you know, and this is regarding your adventurous spirit. It's been a lot of this energy with your ruler in that 9th house, expanding your mind. Maybe it's through philosophy, spirituality. Some of you may be doing some traveling, some adventure, connecting to nature, you know, figuring more about your life path and life direction and what life's about. And so with that, it's just so great to cultivate that this week. This is a good area to actually challenge yourself this week. Where can you be a bit more adventurous? Where can you be a bit more open-minded? What are some more possibilities that you can cultivate? And you do want to keep that grounded, of course, but it's a good week to challenge yourself here in terms of the everyday sphere, because the everyday, you know, it squares up to this naturally. This is the 6th house, which is much more just about taking care of things. You know, getting things done and practical, and, you know, it's more of the mundane side of things. But this is the adventure. This is the expansion. So how can you integrate these two? How can you have more of this, you know, expansive view when it comes to your everyday experiences? And in that way, it becomes constructed, and this is a big part of what Jupiter squaring that new moon was all about, showing you the importance of these new beginnings needing to have this freer, lighter, and more open-minded perspective. So a good week to challenge yourself there, and also with Pluto trining up to that North Node exact, really making change in your life, maybe stepping into your power to make some change so you can have more of this freedom there. You know, this is the open range, the horizons, the adventure, possibilities, right? And there's a lot of supportive energy with that. Again, with balanced, grounded, without neglecting these new beginnings with your routine, and seeing how you can integrate the two. So that's that Tuesday time in particular. And then on Wednesday, Mercury sextiles Chiron, as well as Mars begins to trine up to Chiron. So there's healing energy this week. And a lot of it will be, I think, an opportunity to maybe Get more in touch with your personal life, your home and family life, and that could be directly healing your routine and everyday life. And there's an opening for that. Maybe even with relationships in your career, since Mercury rules your 7th and your 10th. And healing in regards to your aspirations with Mars in your 11th. You know, there's a lot of things you're reflecting on about your future, about your aspirations, maybe your hopes or wishes. Some of you might be reflecting or redoing community things, organizational things. And through that, through putting energy into that, I think you'll find it very healing. And again, I think you'll probably find that there's a lot more personal connection there with Chiron in the 4th, and that could be rejuvenating. Now, on Thursday, though, Mars is going to be opposing up to Mercury, so we do want to make sure we're not going to any extremes either of just getting into the aspirations, the future things, the motivations and drives which are there for you, because then it can tip the scales. And we don't want to just go into the everyday stuff either. All right, so the balancing point here is with the, again, integrating the everyday with, in this case, your aspirations, and realizing too there's this bigger picture involving it. You know, Mars is going to go direct at the end of the month. Then at that time, there's going to be this shift of understanding about what really motivates you about the future, what really motivates you about your aspirations. And that's going to be a forward moving energy, but it's all reflective right now. And so the important energy with this opposition is to have a healthy amount of drive, but with learning and balance. So the ego, the motivation, the self-interested energy doesn't get lopsided. And then likewise, we want to bring extra attention to the routine to take care of things without getting just caught up into that. And in that way, we find that balance, that harmony, which I think will be important here around Thursday. Then as we go into the weekend, Venus starts to sextile up to Uranus, as well as that Mars trining up to Chiron exact. So healing with that confidence or motivation there with the aspirations, but also maybe mixing something up with the routine, trying something new. Maybe something new with home, with family, or with your health could be an opportunity for. All right, so that's the spontaneity of Uranus and harmonious aspect up to this Venus in the 6th, helping you see that there's this freshness, there's this newness, really helping you free up your emotional body. You know, Uranus in your 4th house has been helping you find the freedom of being aware of, but liberating yourself emotionally from the past, from the, you know, roots and things in life that need to have right now this bit of freedom. All right, this bit of spontaneity and excitement, mixing things up around the home life, the family life, and maybe even with your health. So that's the weekend energy, but this week, very strongly emphasizing this cultivation of the new beginnings with your work life, your everyday life, your health even, challenging yourself there. I think challenging yourself to see what's possible, what could be unfolding in the future, opening your mind, cultivating those possibilities in a healthy and grounded way, as well as some healing with your aspirations and a balance with your aspirations will be important, and some spontaneity over the weekend about mixing some things up in either your roots in life and or with your routine. All right, so Sagittarius, have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.